in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more pesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Hey, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, pass the big skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted like me cause I like she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit on my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue punts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Rick Rock. Tick-tock. West hip-hop.
Coach, the Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Carolina Panthers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Down. 10-2 stop. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Let's go. 80 weapon. Check out three. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Costello is complete to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Come on.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Now a first carry for their fullback. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down. Run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He ain't going nowhere.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
In your face.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. On the carry, this is Scott. Gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Tight dog. No. Back.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Tighten up. Under 10. Go. 10. 25. Check 25. Go. 25.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Open man is Samuel, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, check. Mike 21. Check. Watch one. Go. 15. Check 15.
Jackson throwing again. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 12 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is James Lane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Costello. It's caught. Jones. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
They want this. Check. 22, Jet, Bomber. 22, Jet, Bomber. Short. Check. Clear. Check 30. Alert flare.
After the interception, here's Jackson taking a shot for Samuel. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Catch is made by Harry. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Costello eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take,
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cornelder. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Now Scott works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Right.
Jackson options out left. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
2, 3. Wide. Get wide. Check one.
From the gun, Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Costello. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
3rd down.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Hey, over. 31. Hey. Watch the run. It's time, baby. Go.
Looking to throw. Costello. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down now. It's Scott, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Watch the run. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Check.
They'll run with Scott. He juked him. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action 3rd.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Tyree Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line, lower than the defensive front.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Costello. Jones has it. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back to throw. Costello. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
Jackson on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Like 22 is coming. 22 is coming. Silver. Bang, bang, boom, boom. Bang, bang.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson now to throw again, escaping the pressure right. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Alert 3. Alert 3. Go.
To throw again is Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. This is taken at the 15. set by himself. And how about this? He takes it all the way back. No time, no flags, a punt return touchdown, and a stunning end of the first half.
And they kicked it to him. They kicked it to him.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. His throw incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On third down, it's Scott. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on fourth down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know, at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's the second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Out. Hey, high 7. Get it.
Operating from the gun, Costello. They complete it to Hill. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
On first down, Costello. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 2nd and 15. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
It's a gain of 4.
Here we go. AP Gator. Check. Hey, exit.
To throw on third down, Costello. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at about the 14. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Back to the NFL scoreboard for a second. Third quarter in Indy. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And an alley to run. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Boston Scott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
You can't block. Hey, Delta. 31's the mic. Come off the ball. 31's the mic. Yeah, let's get go.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Costello. He'll have a first down past the 40. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, Costello. And now he'll tuck it and run. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 2nd and 5. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter.
The outlaw. Hey, Charlie. 29 is Mike 29. Pick it up. Pick it up. Snap.
Throwing on first down. Costello. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
29 is Mike 29. Nice, sweetheart.
Throwing again. Costello. Complete to Jones. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
New England on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, a run from White. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gostkowski the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about
a big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Carolina! Boston Scott with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The Patriots take over. Let's go, boys, let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know that makes some adjustments.
Throwing to start the drive. Costello, and he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
Patriot first down.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Hey, Alpha. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, Lee Griffin.
From the gun, Costello. This one caught by Ridley. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Second and 2. Taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Hey, Haywood. Look at me. Zip. Ready?
On third down, Costello. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Back up. 7. Hey, pick your game up. Go.
On 4th down, Costello. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Landon Collins. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing now is Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Calvin Ridley, 79 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And it looks like the Panthers hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Here's Scott. And a loose football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Carolina, they're setting themselves up as a major contenders. They move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.